Yes, people, and welcome along to a live edition of the Ghostoul Podcast. Yes, with me, Mickey. Hope you're well. How is everybody? Please, please, please let me know in the comments who is here, because at the moment I can't see anybody. There's 3 of you at the moment, and welcome along. We're going to have a nice chat. It's not going to be a long podcast. It's just me and you guys, and we're going to be chatting about Halloween, what you did, anything interesting, exciting. Hello, Portal to the Paranormal. Hello, people. Hi, guys. Thanks for joining. Hope you're well. So, yeah, let me just share this video a minute. I do apologise. I need to share this to get it out. How do I share it? There we go. Right. So, yeah, we normally got a guest. Not this week. We have more guests lined up. We have... Paul Allen from Unusual Things, Paranormal Analysis. He is coming on the show. Hello, you alright? Thank you so much for joining me tonight. So yeah, any of you guys got questions, put them in here. I'll put them up. We can have a quick chat. You know, it is hot though. Got my window shut, and there's fireworks going off all the time. So I've had to shut it because it's annoying, and unfortunately, we're going to have a bad reception. So, yes, live now. Come and join us. Sorry, guys. Yeah, so that's going on Facebook and Twitter. I used to be able to post it automatically from here. Maybe I have to change some settings on here. It's been such a long time since I did lives. I used to go live every week on other podcasts, but unfortunately, I've not been doing it recently. It's just been pre-recorded ones for whatever reason, and you know, I will be doing lives in the future. I have lots of people coming on that are going to be live. Hello, West London Paranormal. Hello, is this Mark? Is this Rich? I'm sure this is Mark, to be honest. Good old Mark, my Scotland buddy. Live now, come and join in. Come and join in the fun. Oh dear. It's Mark. See, there we go, look. It's Mark. Greetings, sir. How are you? So guys, what did you do for Halloween? What are the things that you love doing at Halloween? Do you have sort of like a ritual that you do every year? Maybe you take your kids trick-or-treating, something like that. Is that like an option for you guys? If you've got kids, if not, do you go on ghost hunts? I tried to go on a ghost hunt actually this year, but unfortunately there wasn't one available, which is a bit weird, don't you think? You think Halloween there'd be ghost hunts to go on, but no, there was, what was it? It was only, there was a local one to me, yeah. And they were charging £50 a person. Now, it's a local team that I'd never heard of. And they were... Yeah, it is a weekday. But it's still a special day, Mark. I'm sure you've been on ghost hunts on Halloween before. I've hosted Halloween ghost hunts many times over the years. And it's not been a problem. You know, it doesn't matter if it's a Saturday, a Friday, a Monday, a Wednesday. So I just think that's an excuse, really. But anyway, it is what it is. Anyway, going back to my story, it was a local team, £50 a person, yeah. And I thought, wow, that is a rip-off for this location. It's a very small pub. It's a nice pub, quite posh for food, but it was just round the corner. But there's no way the team, if it was a reputable team, then maybe local paranormal tour tried mirror scrying. Oh, that's well cool. I've done mirror scrying before. Was it in what location? How did it happen? Because I've done black mirror scrying. I've done just a normal mirror in a castle before. That's that sort of thing. It just depends on how it's doing. I mean, the black mirror, I've never really had much luck with black mirrors and candles. I know Mark you do it on your events, don't you? You and Rich, you have black scry mirrors, and you have some awesome results. So that's good. Yeah, just to let me know, what was the tour? Was it a public place? Was it an old manor house, a castle? Was it a walk through a spooky field, woods or something like that? Yeah, Richard has all that with good results. Yeah, I've seen it quite often when I come and help out in your events. I want to join in the scrying because I quite like the scrying. I remember doing it with you, Mark, at Harpic, Haunted Research Paranormal Centre, Antiques, yeah. And in that big, was it the attic room with all the demon stuff in? We turned into skinny people, didn't we? Like old, haggard faces, glasses, everything. I know I've got glasses on now, but I didn't at the time. And yeah, it was pretty freaky. Got some good results on that. It's an old manor house, lots of ghost stories. Oh, wow. So was that advertised like quite a lot, or was it just a last minute thing? Shell, is that what it was? Yeah, they had that open portal. Was mad. Yeah, that room wasn't good, Mark, was it? It was yeah, I was touching George's bag, so to speak, and yeah, that sounds bad, doesn't it? It was his surgeon bag, because this character George, he was the police surgeon to the victims of Jack the Ripper. Yeah, and we had George come through in the spirit box. I was doing an Estes method with the Delco goggles, and I felt something grab my throat and fingertips touching my throat, and on the spirit box it come through, hands on me. And it's like, wow, that is crazy. And it's like, oh my God, he's strangling me and he's telling me about it. I mean, how much more crazy can you get for that? I mean, Mark, you were there for that. That was an awesome night. We had some amazing things. You were doing that and you felt really sick, didn't you? But yeah, we also had, like you said, Mark, we had Nigel, the little dwarf apparently, that goes on the table in that room when you're doing Ouija board, and he makes you laugh. And me and Mark were just pissing ourselves laughing. It was just like non-stop, and it was funny. SK, yo, OG there in the building. Used to watch us on the old Ghostbox podcast. That was it. Forgot what it was called then. Thanks for joining me tonight. I looked like I was sobbing. Looked like Snapchat filter. What the? I like that filter. That's quite funny. Yeah, it's amazing how is it a trick of the light? Is it the eyes changing? Is it just the atmosphere in the room changing? Is it really a spirit coming through that is changing you, changing your appearance, putting it in your head? Maybe, I don't know. It's still very good though. I'd like to do more of it, like I've said. Yeah, we are back there filming again, aren't we? Apparently so. At the Haunted Antiques Paranormal Research Centre, they are doing filming sessions next year for the GPN Ghost Planet Network that Neil has there. So I think we're filming for that. So that should be quite good. I believe there's an auction this Saturday starting of some of the haunted dolls of that particular location, which I am quite interested in. So it's in West Midlands, called the Manor House. Cool place. They do paranormal tours regularly there. Oh, nice. You know, sometimes it's a bit much having a ghost hunt on Halloween night, because you don't want to be out too long. But a local ghost walk or ghost talk, you know, I'd love that. But there wasn't really any in my area, so I just sat and watched YouTube Halloween episodes of like teams I follow. Do you know what I was trying to watch? You know that new show from Zach, the haunted thing that he did. It's not Ghost Adventures, it's something else he was doing. but I could not find it. It's out in America, but I've not found it anywhere in England. I mean, I don't know if it's not due out yet. It was like when he did the Haunted Museum, and he was doing like a production of like a little mini TV series about each character, each item in the museum. It's something like that, but I can't find it anywhere. So yeah, I was trying to watch that on Halloween, but no, it wasn't really there. Yeah, Rich has us rebooked in. Okay, fair enough. It is. That'd be good. It's always good to go back there. I mean, I've been there 3 times, I think, 4 times, and the last 5 times. The last time we went there, Mark, we went for a séance, didn't we? And found out that there was a half-human creature that follows me around. So that's interesting. And I've been doing some work with that idea in some places, and I've sort of figured out his name is Tom. Now, is that paranormal? Is that true? Who knows? All I can go on is what I got, what I was told by somebody, and they knew about items in my house. I think it was Jane from Hinckley. She was telling me stuff that was in my house that I didn't even know was in my house, and it was my dad's items that he'd had for many years. I'd never seen them, and yeah, she described these to me, apparently from this half human, half creature, demonic creature. I don't think it's a demon, to be fair. But whenever I make contact and try and investigate, apparently this creature is here, and it follows me around. So it likes to watch. So that's quite interesting. Now I've only sort of tried to work on that basis a couple of times, but I'll be trying to do some more of that in the future, because if there is something with me, I'd like to know. Try and get a more definitive answer. Hello?
Bloke number 5 just moved his car.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Yeah. Sorry, traffic problems. Yeah, we can get a good episode there. Last time I ended up in hospital afterwards. Oh yeah, you did. Was that the same night when I had that attachment? That's crazy. Yeah, you were in hospital for like 4 days, weren't you, Mark? Wow. Just enjoying the attention. I'm having someone following you around. Thank you. Means so much. But London. Yes. Yeah. So, like we said, we had a séance, and after the séance, we went upstairs to do some like mini investigations, maybe for like an hour or so, and yeah, it was quite interesting. We had some good stuff in the attic room again, Mark, didn't we? On the Ouija board, the spirit box, I think, and the Alice box, and they were telling us things that we had just found out, basically, and they were talking about on the devices and on the Ouija board. It was a crazy night, and yeah, unfortunately, you went to the hospital for a few days, didn't you? Or maybe more than a few days. It was about a week. Over a week. That's crazy. But things happen. I mean, can you associate that with the paranormal? Can people really be affected by spirits, ghosts? That's the thing. It's a good night, man. About 5 days. So yeah, Mark was in hospital for 5 days. Do you want to tell people what you had, Mark? If you want, it's up to you. It's private, but like I say, there is lots of people over the years have said that they've been affected by spirits. Oh, I've had a heart attack because I did this, and like people that go to see Robert the Doll in Florida. So many people say that, because the story is if you don't ask permission to take a photo, then if you just take a photo or video him, then really, really bad things happen to you. Now, is that just myth? Is it legend? Is it true? But so many thousands and thousands of people, I believe, have replied in online forums, sent letters to him saying, really sorry, you know, they didn't get permission, and they just like to be healthy again because they've had some tragic event happen to them, you know. So, do I believe that? Yeah, I think it's good to believe in some things that are out of the normal realm that we believe in, like the science side. I do think it is good to believe in ghosts and spirits and Bigfoot, you know, Black Panthers running around Britain, big cats, etc. I do think supernatural things. I think it's good to believe, not 100% believe, obviously, but are interested in that sort of side of it. I think that's healthy. It's good to be open-minded, anyway. Hello, Mark. Hello. You're a policewoman. So, Mark had sepsis and pancreatitis. Yeah. Wow. That is. That's nothing to be sniffed at, believe me. That's serious. Now, is that paranormal related? I very much doubt it, but you never know. If there was a warning at, say, a location, on maybe equipment or Ouija board or something like that, or medium, maybe a medium says to him, oh, you shouldn't have done that, there's something here that wants to hurt you. Could that happen? Yes, it could be fatal. Yeah, sepsis is a fatal illness. I've known people die from that. But I don't think it's a place. No. I'm not saying it is, but there are people that have said over the years that they are affected by certain spirits, locations, demons, as it were, which, you know, I don't necessarily believe. I don't think. I do think that spirits and ghosts, well, not ghosts, but spirits mainly can hurt you. They can touch you. They can scratch you. I've been scratched before at the Ram on my neck. I had 3 scratches. But do I think they can cause heart attacks, things like that? No, I don't. I don't really think so at all. We've got Mr. Rich in the house. Whoop whoop. Mr. Scryer himself. The scrying man. What road trip is planned for 2025? We're not allowed to say, are we? Can we say that? It's going to be a good one. I know of at least one that's not in this country. Just got in from Guides, Rich. Nice. Have you got your uniform yet? Sorry. Yeah. Rich likes to plan. Yeah, Rich likes to plan our road trips. And trip. Weekends. Weekends for the guides dressing up, yeah? Alright. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not going to say it. That's why I was like trying to delay it. But Mark, you brought it up. So you actually asked the question, what road trip is planned for 2025? You asked the question. So why are you telling me to shush? My God. But yeah, we've done many awesome places over the years. We've done Cannock Chase. We've done Epping Forest. We've done Dublin. We've done Edinburgh. Somerset. East Drive. Dad spoke. Mark, I didn't say a word. You said that. Now, boys. Yeah, there's nothing better than a road trip that involves camping. You know, there's nothing better than having your own food, cooking on your little stove. When it's dark, it's a bit chilly out. with your tent. I love that. Absolutely love that. Cannock Chase. Yes, I want to go back there. I want to go see the Black-Eyed Children, Slender Man, werewolves, UFOs, ghosts, spirits. Now, you see, Mark always takes the piss out of me because I fried a pizza. You know them little pizzas you get from Tesco? They're like 49p. I was frying it in my frying pan on my little stove. It just takes the piss out of me. You know, what's wrong with that? It was small enough. It's nice. So what's your problem? Shut up. I'm filming. So, you know, I don't see anything wrong with that. But yeah, cooking juicy burgers, bacon. Lovely. I love all that. Making the coffee with your little kettle. You know, anyone that's been haunted, I call it haunted camping. I love to go haunted camping. Would love to do Cannock Chase. It's a good place. It's yeah, you should do. You should go there if you live near enough, I suppose. Thought you had a ghost knocking. No, that's fireworks. That's the fireworks. It must be the neighbours outside. There's a question for you. Do you think that if you go to Parliament that you will find... Before I ask that question, was Guy Fawkes blown up at Parliament or was it near Parliament? Because if it was around the area, is it possible his spirit is still there, his ghost? I'd say more like a ghost, to be fair, than a spirit. It would just be a recording. I'm sure he's not sitting in some basement somewhere underground trying to interact with nobody. There's a question for you. Lots of explosion, lots of energy. You know, when he sat on the detonator and unfortunately blew himself up. Be right back, getting my Ouija out. James I split him in two. Did he? See, I'm no good on certain history. So Rich is the research man. So what? Split up, or did he saw him? Did he pull him apart? Was he drawn and quartered, or drawn and halved, as it were? Go away. But yeah, I just thought major. Think about the major events that have happened around the world. You know, they're all unfortunate, like Twin Towers. Do you think there's spirits there, walking around, covered in dust, like the spirits? Do you think that would be a hot spot? You know, as unfortunate as it was. Some people would say or believe that there are spirits that would go back there. But who knows? I suppose it's very insensitive. It's a bit like Auschwitz. You can't go there and ghost hunt, can you? Looking for spirits, trying to get EVPs and that. Untouchable place. There it is. Has to be spirits wanting answers. Definitely. Especially if they died instantly and didn't realise, obviously, what was coming, that there was a plane or, you know, the bombs going off. To be honest, places like that we should avoid. Oh, definitely. There's no way in hell I would ever investigate those sort of places. Because that's just definitely a no-go area. Something that you should just stay clear of. But some people do it. Some people like Huff Paranormal, and there's a couple of others, but I don't want to get the names wrong, so I won't, you know, say them in case it is wrong. But yeah, friends of his that do these spirit box sessions, these ITC videos on YouTube the day someone dies. Like the most recent one was Liam Payne. Within 24 hours they had video out saying they're communicating with him. Matthew Perry from Friends, he did one. So many spirits of the apparent fallen victim of death, and it's sickening that they have to have a video out just for views. Yes, Mark, views over respect. That's the thing. That is the unfortunate thing, that people are so desperate for views that they will do anything. Now, as much as we all like views and attention, do you have to have your own morals with life? And you shouldn't lower yourself to those levels. Guy's a twat. Huff Paranormal, yes, he is. The things he does and the insensitive nature of his videos are very much not good for the paranormal. They portray it in a bad light. For anyone that's not really involved and they just see clips and little snippets online, it's something that's going to put us all, we're all like tarred with the same brush anyway, and it's not good. It makes us look fucking idiots. Just think, in many years' time, I'm sure people will. So many people go back to abandoned places and wreckages to investigate. Yeah, they do, but give it time. I think that's what we're all saying, because obviously any of the stories, any locations you've gone to that are haunted by a supposedly a person, a ghost that we know, at some point they would have been fresh dead, he or she. But obviously we've given it time. Most of them are at least 50 years, I'd say, that are locations there's a spirit of a certain person. But yeah, imagine going up to ground zero where the monuments are for the Twin Towers and getting your spirit box out. That would just be horrific and disgusting. But in maybe 10 years time, it won't be. Catch up later. Bed calls. See you later, Mark. Thank you for joining. See you later soon. See you in the group chat. But it all comes. You would be murdered. Exactly. If you got your spirit box out, you would be murdered at certain locations. It would just be dead right. This, Mark, get your own catchphrase. I reckon that there are people who have gone to locations like Ground Zero and done sneaky videos, maybe on TikTok, because that's the new platform now for the paranormal is TikTok, which I'm not going to comment really on TikTok, but a lot of people that watch paranormal on TikTok that don't watch it anywhere else are quite gullible and don't really know what's going on. So, and that's just my thoughts. Why so many spirits from years and years ago, not people that died more recent? I don't know, maybe it takes time for the spirit to come back. They always say that when you die, you have a time of reflection. That's a good question. Let's go ghost hunting, Mark. Mr. Mario there. But yeah, it could be why. The fact that people need time, spirits need time. However we pass over, if you believe that there is a white light, your family are there, which I would like to believe there is. But reincarnation is not for me. I want just one Mickey, just me. I don't want to come back in another person's body, in a cat's body or a dog or just someone else, really, because I would say, I don't know, would you want to come back? Would you want to come back? Let me know in the comments. Would you want to come back as a new person to try life again? I suppose if your life was really tragic and you had family die and maybe your kids die or something, or you just really had bad luck and you were homeless, or your life was really bad, maybe you wouldn't want to come back, or you'd want another go at life because you think that you were given a horrible hand and you'd need to come back and try again just to, I'd be so eager to come back and spook people in spirit. See, that's what I want to do. I want to come back in spirit, not into another person. That is definitely what I want to do. Rich wants to come back as a rabbit. Oh, wow. A bunny rabbit, Rich. Yeah, nice furry bunny rabbit. I'd love that. That'd be really nice, wouldn't it? You hopping along the grass in the field, staring at car lights as they smash into you. Yeah. Or you getting chopped up on your Sunday dinner. But I'm sure it's a different rabbit that Rich is on about. And prove the paranormal is real. Move crap and set the cat balls off. Them cat balls go off on their own though, to be fair. I was quite intrigued when cat balls first came out. I bought a couple and I used them, but to be fair, they've never gone off for me. But I know other people have had their cat balls go off all the time, and I love how they change them on their videos and when they're talking. They're called motion balls. But no, you buy them on eBay. You buy like 5 for £7 or whatever, and they're cat balls. They're a cat toy. And there's a little mechanism inside that's on a little axis that, even though it's straight and doesn't move, the internal bit still moves, and that's what sets it off. So don't believe everything you see. Nobody will ever prove paranormal is real until you're dead, then it's too late. Yes, that is the only time I think that we're allowed to find out. That's why I don't think, continuous circle, Rich, I don't think you will ever prove it while you're alive. I'd say maybe if you had like an operation or a car crash or something like that, heart attack, and then you were brought back to life. A lot of people have said that they can, or they heard and saw the white light, and they were stepped back away from their body, wherever it was, and they were up high and they were watching, and then suddenly they went straight back in the body. No, I wouldn't want to find that out, because I don't want to be in that situation in the first place. I don't want to die to have to find out, But, when it's our time and we do die properly, I think that's the only time you will really find out the truth. Fucking fireworks. Sorry, guys. I've had 2 out-of-body experiences. Come on then, Rich, tell us. First one, please. It's like these people that can astral project. That's quite similar, I think. But that's when they like focus and lay down. Next door's headboard. There's me being all serious. And then there's Rich. Oh dear. But there's lots of things in the paranormal that I don't necessarily believe in. There's obviously the spiritual side that a lot of people do believe in, and I do believe in spirits. Okay, he's going to write. I'll let him off. I grew up in the pub trade as parents ran pubs. So much happened to my dad. His stories got me into the paranormal. Oh, wow. Now, obviously, if you are growing up in a pub, lots of pubs are pretty old, to be fair. They've had lots of different histories, lots of owners over the years. Some of them are like over 100 years. So the things they've seen and had, the energies in the building, I think is quite an interesting one. And that is quite often why pubs are haunted, because they've got lots of stories from the past years. Lots of energies, lots of traffic, lots of human traffic in there. And yes, just quite often people would see a glass moving on a table, or a glass flying off onto the floor and smashing. That's quite a common one. Have you seen that? So have you ever heard of stories about those, or do you have some stories that you can tell us from your time when you were growing up in pubs? Because I never grew up in a pub. I imagine it's quite creepy going into the basement, especially at night time when you're closing up for the day. Technology one day might show spirits leaving the body. Imagine that. Now, this is a story, a past relationship I've had. I said that when this person died, if I was still alive, before them, I would want to set up 3 cameras watching them in hospital, so full spectrum, night vision and normal vision, just to see when that beep, when they flatlined, as sad as it would be and upsetting, does a spirit, an energy, a light source, does it leave the body? That would be something that, maybe they could do that as a controlled science experiment if somebody was willing to do that knew they didn't have long left. And that I think I'd do that if I was old and still into paranormal. Full beer, flew off the side, landed right side up, not a drop spilled. Wow. So, this is Rich's story. I was travelling on a motorbike up a long gradient main road. I went towards a crossroad. My right gave way, then carry over the main road. I was doing 40 miles an hour. The car came straight over the give way and hit the wing, went straight up in the air, somersaulted over bonnet and landed on head and knees over the other side. Now, paralytics are in the building. Hi boys, who is it? Is it Neil? Is it John? Who is it? Let me know. Who's here with us? Thank you for joining. Obviously, welcome. These boys are going to be on the pod very, very soon. When I was up in the air, I was there for ages, but obviously I wasn't. But it felt to you that you were like floating. Imagine that. Imagine your soul or spirit being hit out of your body. It's like an Endgame when the Hulk goes to see that mind woman, and she goes, and Bruce comes out of the Hulk. Imagine if you could do that. I was in a serious way, very lucky. I was near a hospital and doctor and nurse attended me. That is lucky. If you were in some remote location that would have taken time, you might not have even been here today. I was told I was 2 inches being under the car. Fucking hell. That's crazy. The front of the car. So when you had this out of body, Rich, what did it look like? How did you feel? Did you know where you were? Oh wow, so you were looking down on your body. So was this at hospital at this point? Were you in hospital? Okay. 20 feet above when you were watching. Now that's common. That is a common thing, You were floating. Oh, on the road. You were still on the road. You hadn't gone to hospital at this point. Wow. Watching them attend to you. See, this, for me, this is far too common for it not to be true. Obviously Rich believes this. Rich experienced this. This would be something that I can believe in. I can get my head around that. Definitely. There's a story of only about 2 minutes maybe. So after 2 minutes, did they say something? Did they get your heart beating again? Because if the heart stops and the brain's still going, then you can live and you can go and come back. But I think if the brain stops, then that's it. Game over. That's crazy. So you were just floating. No sense of time. See, for me, that would make me 100% believer in the paranormal, because you've just left your body as a spirit, in theory. Or your energy has left your vessel. My heart was fine. I think I was blacked out. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's crazy. Awful, but amazing. It is, yes, a horrible thing to happen, and you wouldn't wish that on anybody, but to experience it, I suppose it helps for your search for answers, I suppose. When I come round, I was worried the lights on bike were still on. Don't want to waste the power. Do you want a flat battery? Yeah, definitely. It's bike was in 50 bits. Holy shit. That's crazy. So how fast? Wait there. 40 mile an hour, you say, don't you? Uh-oh, Rich was doing 40 mile an hour. The car came straight over the giveaway. Imagine that. Obviously, you're going 40 mile an hour. Even if the car's going 40 mile an hour, that's a crazy impact. And I'm not surprised, you blacked out. You're lucky to be alive, to be fair. So Rich was doing 40 and she was doing approximately 30 plus. The impact on your body at that speed. Obviously, you were on a bike. That's even worse. I like the idea of a bike, but I'd never buy a bike because I would kill myself. Because I'd get too happy on it and just come off it and hit a lorry or something. Or I come off in the rain or just drive like an idiot. Smash my knees up. Serious op. So Rich, obviously, if you said that you were floating above your body, so do you think? No. Did they say you were dead, or you were blacked out so much that you sort of saw yourself? I know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, if a bike and bits, imagine it could do it to a body. Exactly. Second out of body experience, I got stabbed, but that's another story. No, not dead. So you didn't die in the crash, just knocked out. Oh, okay, so they didn't try and resuscitate you or anything like that. Your heart didn't stop. That's weird then that you were floating above your body and watching everything. Because obviously they normally say that's what happens when you die. Technically die anyway, then they bring you back. That's a crazy story. That's awesome. Well, awesome for stories anyway. I tried bringing you round. Yeah, your personal opinion. There must be so many people that have had operations that have sort of gone wrong, but they've pulled through and they are here today, that are in the paranormal. There must be something, that urges them on. Yeah, you're on the verge of death. Okay. Shook it off. Get off me, Grim Reaper. Do one. You can't take me. I need to go and annoy Mark. Sorry, Mark. But yeah, exactly. Like a boss. Yes, you're not getting me. Not today, Satan. You will not take me down. because Rich is going to hell because he loves all that occult stuff. If you haven't watched the episode with the West London Paranormal Boys, that is episode 15, the last one that come out on Halloween night. Go watch that, guys. I've had lots of good feedback so far. It's always available to watch, all on the YouTube channel. Yeah. Now I was thinking about releasing these episodes on like audio platforms rather than just YouTube only, but I don't know. It's warmer. It is warmer in hell. Do you think heaven and hell is real? I personally don't think heaven and hell is real. I think that the earth, this is hell, because obviously all the kids dying of cancer and all the horrible things that happen on this earth is hell, and then once you pass into spirit, that is like the heaven. I don't think there's pearly gates, and I don't think there's Satan. Bit sweaty, I can imagine. Yeah, Rich is sweaty. Not at all. No, not at all. What? Sorry, I just go off and just chat to myself, and then you can't keep up with my ramblings. I do apologise. But yeah, definitely don't think. I think heaven and hell is a religious thing. Okay, yeah, I understand that you believe that Satan, etc. But where are they? Yeah. Okay, we'll get there. Not heaven and hell as such. Yeah, I agree with that, yeah. Like, they say that Satan walks among us anyway. You know, so maybe this is hell. And there are demons, as it were. A lot of people say that mental health is like mental illness is the work of possession. That's one way people go down, one road that they think about. I mean, I don't know. I do think that some people have crazy ideas, and that they could be or have a mental illness, possession maybe. See Lord of the Rings. Well, that's Middle Earth, isn't it? Yeah, that's where Satan is. It's with Frodo and all that, and Gandalf and Gimli. I like Gimli, the little dwarf with his big beard. That's why I'm growing mine. I'm trying to be in Lord of the Rings. Can't agree with this God stuff. Too much hate and hurt in the world, but that's just my opinion. A lot of that comes from religion, unfortunately. But that is for a different podcast. That is not for this podcast. If you want to talk about that stuff, go to Dad's Lads and Kebabs. Yeah. This is strictly paranormal. But I do agree with you. Nope, religion is not paranormal. No, it's not. And the people, well, these priests that come and do exorcisms and things like that, do you think that's religion? But that's only, the Catholic religion, Church of England, etc., the Vatican. They're the ones that believe in Satan and that they can exorcise a demon out of a person through religious speak about Jesus Christ. So it must be about religion when a priest is using the cross and holy water that's blessed by a priest and using passages from the Bible to, that's what exorcism, that's what I'm on about. Yeah. How is that not religious? The demon has to believe in God to be scared of God. Am I wrong? Come on, Rich. You're the occultist person. Yeah, you've opened a can of worms now. Nope. Okay, what is it then? Tell me. Tell me why it's not religious. Why an exorcism performed by a person of God from the house of God. I can't type that fast. Okay then, you don't have to explain, but tell me what it is then. If it's not religious, what is it? What is an exorcism? Why is it not religious? What is it instead? Good versus evil. Okay. Juicy. I do agree, Rich. It is good versus evil. Now, obviously, I've never experienced an exorcism. Never really seen one. Only on the films, and they always portray it as the demon has to be scared of God, of like Jesus Christ, God our Saviour, etc. So for me, I've always assumed that the demon has to be religious to be scared of that higher being, that power. So for me, that is why I thought exorcisms are religious. They are spiritual within God. They're using scriptures of old faith, which can be deemed religious. But see, I'm learning today. It's God and devil, heaven and hell, light and dark, good and evil. They are words of good, not just of faith. Okay. I've never really looked at it that way, but I can see your point. That's good. Now, obviously, you've done darker side of rituals before at locations, Rich, haven't you? You know, faith has crept in. Yes, or has it crept in because the films portray it as being crept in and dramatized? Yes. See, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about the films. Again, Hollywood ruining the paranormal, ruining the real things. I suppose if you looked at the real accounts of an exorcism, you would be able to read what was actually said by the priest, as it were. It has to be all connected. Yeah. Right. My brother-in-law, his heart stopped. They brought him back a few hours later. He came off the machine. They said he would not make it. This was last week. So we had to... What? Are you saying that he died last week? Oh, wow. Sorry, man. Oh, that's really stuck me in my tracks. I do really, really, really sorry to hear that. Wow. Sending you thoughts and prayers. You know, that's... Whoa. Wow. Wow. You know, big respect for you for coming on here and telling us about that. That's very brave. Wow. Okay, let me see this. So was there? You know, you don't have to get into this if you don't want to. Was he ill for his heart just to stop? Was he old? Did he have like a condition? You know, you don't have to say nothing. That's fine. I just thought I'd ask, like, wondering, you know, was it expected? Was it obviously shock? Wow, that's crazy. So ritual uses Latin words and poems and stories when he does the rituals. Justin, how are you, sir? Thank you for joining us this evening. We are discussing exorcisms, spirituality, and is exorcisms religious? And also a very, very sad moment from SK saying that his brother-in-law passed last week. It's his kidneys. Oh, wow. So, like I say, so sorry to hear that. You know, condolences to your family and friends. It makes you think about what's important in life, I think, when things happen like this. It's a reminder that we're not invincible, although we do think we are sometimes. Wow. Yeah, it's been a very interesting episode. And yeah, go when it's finished. Go back and rewatch it. It's been a great show, and yeah. So yeah, you know, big respect for SK for letting us know. You know, you didn't have to share that information, but we got deep. Yeah, we definitely did. You know. Well, definitely. Yeah, it does. It does make us realise what's important in life, and all the little moanings and stuff that we go through each day. That well pissed off with my life or whatever. There are many, many people that are so much worse off than us, and some people didn't wake up this morning. You know, some people won't wake up tomorrow. We just have to be thankful in life. You know, it's it makes you think, definitely. So, Justin hosts the Paranormal Monkey Podcast. Go check his channel out. He has some great guests on there, and big shout out to Justin for coming on, saying hello. Wow. But yeah. So I've been a few properties that I've been blessed by an ordained exorcist. Never seen to get rid of those ghosts. So they never do they? They never really go. Like, they say so many locations that we've been to that are said to have been exorcised, but you know, spirits are still there. They're still haunted, supposedly haunted anyway. And yeah, do they really work? Like they say, people say they only work if the demon is religious, and that religion is the same as the priest doing the exorcism. Now, obviously, Rich has come on here and said it's nothing to do with religion, but you know, he knows more about that side of it than I do, so I take what he says as like he's more knowledgeable than I am. Mum died last year to motor neuron. My birthday, a white feather was at your door. Is that paranormal? Well, it could be the fact that there's pigeons outside or there's doves there. Now, they do say that white feathers falling in front of you is a sign of an angel or a spirit visiting you. So, but that would have to be if I was just sat there and it just fell on my lap. If I was outside or inside and there was no birds around, that would be more believable for me. But you have to figure out where the birds. Is it windy? Is it blowing feathers in from all over the place? For me, that's what would have to be in place first before I even thought of that. So ghosts are either really resistant to it or the exorcist was a bit crap. Well, yeah, wasn't East Drive supposedly had an exorcist a few times as well, and the Ram, you know. I don't believe you can exorcise a place, only a person. Yeah, they do. They try and cleanse properties, don't they? They go round with the old sage and the singing bells and the vibrations, you know. But yeah, in the films and the TV shows, it's always a person being exorcised, rather than the house per se. But it is a very interesting subject. We should have had Kieran on here. Kieran O'Keefe could tell us. He does demonology courses at his uni. I'm sure him and Rich could have a lovely chat about exorcisms, and although he's very science-based, so religion probably not even involved in it, to be fair. Yeah, they've all been cleansed, never given it much stock, to be fair. No, I don't think so either. Hence why a person has relief and sanctuary. Yes. It is like when they say a place has been exorcised, do you really think that a powerful demon, if it's a demon, it's more likely a negative spirit? I don't personally think demons are going to come and knock at my next door neighbours and sit in their house. But do you really think that these powerful evil spirits, etc., are going to be scared of a bit of smoke from sage? Surely that would have to be cleansed, maybe in a particular way, by a higher being or power. I don't know. But these spirits just come in. Exactly, yeah. Oh, the house has been exorcised, but we've got 3 new spirits coming this year. That's what I mean. Are they really cleansed? Does it really work? I think that's what we're really getting to. Does it work? Why does it always have to be someone from the Catholic Church, from the Vatican? I've never heard of apart from the old days and the old cases, I've never heard of a recent exorcism. Now I know there's a bloke up north who lives near Hull. I can't remember his name. He reckons he gets like 20, 30 emails a day about needing an exorcist for their house. I can't remember his name. He wears a black coat. He's got black hair. I can't think of him. If I was a spirit, I'd be shaking my head, worried about the sage and make ghosty sheet smell of sage and onion stuffing. Exactly, because it just stinks. It's not gonna, it will make my ghost sheet smell. Exactly. That's crazy. If you've been possessed, are you more at risk of it happening again? I suppose that would depend on your mindset. Were you possessed because you were very weak-minded? I think people that think they're possessed, I think they are weak-minded. And I think it's all down in the head. Like I say, if you think you've been possessed and your mindset is very low, can you be possessed again, as it were? Maybe. I think it's possible. I think you can believe you've been possessed again. I don't know. Interesting. Do you think there's just one? Just one what? I said a lot of talking just now. What, one exorcist? One location? Leaders of legions of soldiers, minions, thousands. Oh, you mean like the demons? There's more than one. Yeah, because they're supposedly from hell, aren't they? Oh, I see. When one goes, there's another already there. But when it's exorcised out of the house, you mean? It's replaced straight away. Yeah, I can see that. If that's the thing. If obviously they do say that there's thousands upon thousands of demons in hell, etc. Being possessed is a sign of self-weakness. I believe that, personally. I generally think that the act of an exorcism is purely a psychological aid to someone who is already very vulnerable. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I definitely think that. Mental problems. Yeah. psychotic behaviour. Yeah. Like they say, when people go into houses that are supposedly haunted with families, and there's lots of things on there. And Kev Kerr, he goes on about, he sends people straight to the doctors. Can you go to the doctors first and then come back to me and we'll chat? Because he wants to rule out mental illness, any sort of episodes in the family, etc. History of it. Weakness, or you're more connected and open. No, you see, I think I'm quite open and connected with spirits, but I don't see that as being weak-minded. I don't think I have a weakness for that. I think I'm quite strong for that. So, demonic spirit. Yeah. I don't know. It's definitely a great subject, and you know, there's so many opinions. I mean, I've never seen. I don't think I've ever experienced a demon, to be fair. I think I've had nasty spirits, you know, negative ones, like they are in life. The dark side prey on the weak or the vulnerable. Yeah, I'd say that. You know, I think I can see that happening, because they want someone who's easy to take control of, I suppose. Is a possession you being controlled, or you allowing them to speak through you? Look at Emily Rose's story, Nutter. Was she crazy then? I know that she looked like a pretty young girl at the beginning, and then she ended up totally different. She looked like she'd been on heroin for like 7 years. The Catholic Church say they go down the mental health route first before they go to the exorcist route. Oh, okay, that's good. But I do wonder how much effort they put into getting a legitimate psychological assessment. Would it take years, wouldn't it, to get anything diagnosed? I can't see you getting a letter from a priest saying, "Here, doctor," you know. I don't see how that would work any quicker. What if you're possessed by a nice spirit? There's always a demon, because they say a nice spirit wouldn't want to control you. They would just want to, you know, communicate with you, I suppose. If you are strong-minded and willed, demons will only challenge you, not prey on you. Yeah, I suppose they'd see it as a game. They wouldn't necessarily think that they could overtake you, as it were, and try and control you, because they know that probably they wouldn't be able to, and they'd be wasting their time if you look at it down that avenue. You can't be possessed by a nice spirit. Exactly, because a nice spirit wouldn't want to do that. This is a crazy topic. This is a good topic. You know, I do like this. How the hell did we even get onto this? That's what I want to know. You are self-hosting and spirit very different. Who says though? I would say it's from experience of people that have been in the paranormal field for many, many years, decades even. They all sort of say the same thing. Rich does. Rich says, that's why. And that's the only knowledge we have, is experience. It's not a subject that can be defined, because you can't define a spirit. You can't say, science can't say this is a spirit, this is what makes up a spirit, because they don't think it exists. So all we can do is go on experience of people that have experienced things in the paranormal, things that have happened to them, etc. A nice spirit may want to speak their mind and have a message, and only way is to possess. That could be true, but experience tells us that just does not happen. It is just a thought, and obviously that's fair play for you to put that out there. Spoke to Chris Howley, who felt he'd been possessed, or at least taken over at Woodchester Mansion. Have you ever experienced anything similar? No. I've definitely felt that I've been speaking to a particular spirit that's maybe not very nice, but I've never experienced anything trying to take over me or to influence what I'm doing and how I'm acting, etc. But yeah, I know that Chris had that incident happen to him. Okay, boss. No, they don't possess, they channel. Spirits channel. The good spirits would channel, because you don't. There you go, there's a point. If you had mediums that supposedly they talked and communicate with spirits, they never get possessed by demons, do they? They're always maybe a horrible, I don't know, old pub landlord or your nan or somebody that's come through. They don't ever seem to get possessed either. So they tend to speak to mainly good spirits anyway. If we believe that they are talking to spirit anyway. It's definitely good spirits channel, yeah. Yeah, because they don't want to take over. Yeah, they're invited by the medium to communicate, or even by us. You know, we're out on an investigation. We're asking for stuff to happen. Come and talk to me. Come and communicate with me. So you're giving them that opportunity and permission to do things. Demons also channel. So why don't good spirits possess? I can't answer that. All I can say is we have to base what we know on experience of people. That's all I can answer, really. I'm afraid. You know. Why do you think demons channel people? They obviously lie to get them in a vulnerable position. Because possessing is controlling and narcissistic. That's behavior on the dark side, not the light. Yeah. And that. Yeah, that act that they're doing of controlling somebody is not a good act. That is something that is not supposedly what's supposed to happen in life. Obviously, it's not nice to be controlled. As in day-to-day things, we don't like to be controlled. We don't like to be told what to do. And a nice spirit would not want to do that to us. They just want to communicate and try and speak to us. They wouldn't want to take control of us, take over our bodies, you know. So we possess our own body, plus there's room for another. How many more can we fit in? We do possess our own body because our energy is in here. This is our vessel, our human shell, as it were. Also, hello White House Investigations. Nice to see you. Oh dear, well, Mark is a unit. He can get loads in. Oh wow. Yes, people. Wow. Hey mate, all good. Hope you're well. But yeah. I don't think there is room for others. Obviously they can get in if you believe in possession, because they just take over the body. But I don't know. I think they're only designed for our one greedy. Just our one energy into this vessel that we use to live and to move about with. Have I witnessed it? What, a possession? No, never. Yes. What I thought was a possession anyway. If it wasn't, it was very well acted. At the time, it was by somebody that I did trust, and the things they were doing would not have been done by them intentionally. Let's just say it that way. when you're bending your nails backwards on a metal bed. Oh, you would not do that if you're sane or awake or as just yourself, really. You know, were they possessed? Who knows? But it was not normal anyway. It was not a normal thing, and it was very, very, very odd and definitely out of character. So, possibly, if you believe in possession. I've seen character change in teammates, plus their lives went downhill and they seemed like they were almost cursed. A few people have had that. I've seen people, we're all affected every day. Our emotions change throughout the daytime. We're happy, we're sad, something annoys you. You know, you change how you are. Spirits can affect that. I definitely believe that on investigations, yeah. We can break that down, not in ourselves. Take a Ouija board, for instance. How many times have you had multiple dark spirits on at once? We have many times. Exactly. So paranormal connected to mental health. Some people say that seeing spirits is an issue with the mind, a mental illness. Hearing spirits is a mental illness. I think that's going to have to be a person basis, really. If I've seen spirits or heard spirits, at that point, it's normally on an investigation, and I should be of sound mind at that time. No alcohol, not really tired at that point. You know, things like that you've got to take into consideration. So, it's a scientific explanation, 100% in sorts. It's all relevant, yeah. I don't think we'll ever be able to understand until we die, till we pass over. Then we know what we're supposed to know. So Halloween, how many sweets did we get? I didn't get any. I didn't go trick-or-treating. No one even knocked, to be fair. So at least they respected the fact there was no pumpkin outside. But I used to go trick-or-treating with my kids. I'd dress up as a nun or Pennywise, walk the streets in full costume while my kids were knocking at the doors and that. I used to scare so many people. They come around the corner and there's Pennywise standing by a tree. 2 buckets. Did you nick them off the kids, Rich? You sent your kids out to go get them, yeah? Bring them back and say, look what I've got. But yeah, Halloween is definitely Americanized. It has definitely got so much bigger in recent years. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Just don't go to houses and steal all their candy or sweets or whatever they're giving out. Don't knock on their doors and say, I don't want sweets, I want money. Because I've had kids do that as well. You know, that is not a good thing. But yes, guys, have you subscribed to the channel yet? We are a small podcast still. We are growing. The likes are up. The views are up. The followers, the comments. It's all good. It's all positive. We have many more guests on the way in this lovely cold month of November. My kids did well, to be fair. My door went all night, emptied 9 packets of sweets, even had to dip into my own stash. Wow. Okay, my loves. I'm up at 2 a.m. Go sleepy. I've really enjoyed tonight, though. Nice to meet you. Cheers, Rich. Mickey, much love. All good, brother. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for starting this topic of demonology and exorcism and the church being involved in exorcisms, etc. Loved the Kieran and Keith one. Kieran was great. He had some great topics, great exclusives as well. talking about where he's been, what's coming up for him. So yeah, go watch the Kieran O'Keefe episode. Go watch all the episodes, to be fair. They're all good. Different characters in the paranormal, different people, different viewpoints, and I think that's really important. Everybody having their own views, their own way of looking at the paranormal, their own way of investigating the paranormal. So that is what we like to see, a mix and match of everybody. Nice one, mate. Yes. So guys, I'm going to end this here. Again, thank you so much for joining me this evening. My first time. Cheers, shout. Thank you. Go subscribe to the channel. Go follow the Instagram page. I'll put everything on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. So there's nothing on Twitter anywhere else. So go follow those platforms. That'd be great. Share as much as you can. I know it's annoying, and I know I put out lots of stuff, but it's the only way I can get stuff out there, because it's just little me. But yeah, see you soon, mate. Cheers. Again, I hope everything can go as well as it can do. You know, and family and friends, it's difficult at this time, but it's hard. I know that. Yeah, done and done. Thank you. Glad to be of service. Later. See you later, Rich. So yes, guys, thank you so much. There will be another episode, like I said. Thanks, Mickey. Cheers, mate. Like I said, with Paul Allen from Unusual Things, the grave connoisseur of the UK, paranormal analysis, paranormal team. So he's coming up. We have potentially 5-6 others that I have spoken to that have agreed to come on the show. I just need to book them in. So they will be lives, which this is my first live. All the others have been pre-recorded. And yes. Where's my invite? Yes, I will speak to you. We will get you on. Because you were very much... I know what I'm trying to say. I was honoured to come in your podcast. So yes, we will return the favour. I will be in contact. We can get everybody involved. And we'll do another live. So yes, guys, thank you so much. All I can say is join me. Make sure you subscribe. Wait for the next videos. We've got lots more awesome guests coming on the show. And I will see you very, very soon. See you later, guys.